Hey, Zach, thanks for joining me.
Hey, good to see you, Steve.
Good to see you. We are talking about the office market recovery and the exception to that recovery in Portland. But before I jump into that, I want to remind everybody visit our website, selectfincap.com, and sign up for our free real estate newsletter. But moving on to the good news and the gray lining in the silver cloud. Um, Office is recovering in most downtowns around the country. There is one market though that is sticking out, and that's Portland. First quarter office vacancy rate was at 35%. That's the highest among the 25 largest central business districts in the US. So while a lot of downtown markets have recovered, Portland is still struggling. One of their landmark buildings there, 42-story tower, affectionately known as Big Pink, has an asking price of about 70 million, and that's more than 80% below what the owners paid for it a decade ago. Uh, so we can see that again, Office is doing a lot better in most metros. Is really showing signs of recovering. Even San Francisco, thanks to artificial intelligence, is showing life in its downtown. Manhattan's doing pretty well. Not so much Portland. So some of your thoughts on poor Portland, Zach?
Well, the demise of Office, I think, was greatly exaggerated this entire time. We've we've done several videos on that. You can go back and fact check us. That we didn't believe Office was really going anywhere, and certainly not to the magnitude that everyone thought of, right? So you mentioned Manhattan and San Francisco. They were at the bottoms. So and Washington, D.C. right now with the Trump administration talking about getting rid of pretty much the entire GSA footprint there, you would think they're having a big office problem, but they're still not as bad as Portland. So what's to blame? In San Francisco and in New York, policies were not as business friendly. They were business restrictive or prohibitive. In Washington, D.C., that remains to be seen. There's like a whole list of things you could throw at the wall and see what sticks. So the first thing you look at in Portland, is there a business friendly environment? What is the city and the county and the state doing to try and support this area and make sure that this turns around? What kind of incentives are there? But the other side of what you see, you've got a lot of vagrancy and you've got a lot of problems that are in that market that no one's taking the time to fix, whether that's because buildings are vacant. Is that because business has moved out? Is that because of some other reasons or other policies that are in the area? But you've got an undesirable area that people don't really want to go to and might not be supported the best that it could be for businesses to want to kind of stay there and house their businesses. So I think there's a lot of factors, but being at the bottom is kind of a shock when you look at some of the other markets and how bad they were.
Yeah, and well, I mean, a lot of people in the case of Portland are pointing to drug decriminalization, and so
I didn't want to go there.
well, they are being business friendly if you're in the business of selling drugs. Kind of about as business friendly as you can. Unfortunately for property owners, um, it seems that that has really increased issues with vagrancy, with petty crime, with just not a great downtown environment. And one of the things we have seen in some of these office markets is that tenants can move to other markets. We've certainly seen Miami be a beneficiary of that, Palm Beach, some other markets be a beneficiary of that. Um, you think of some hot metros like in addition to Miami, you can think of like Nashville. I think there is an issue here that if you pursue policies that are unfriendly towards businesses, they may relocate somewhere that has policies that are friendly towards businesses.
That's
And
right.
and and I think Portland has kind of become the poster child for unfriendly policies. Um, and it's kind of I think San Francisco got bailed out a little bit, but with artificial intelligence and AI. Portland doesn't seem to have some sort of safety net like that to kind of help bail it out from some of the um, policies that just really do encourage vagrancy and drug use and petty crime.
Right. No, I mean, I think that's exactly right. And you know, just to add on that a little bit, when you talk about businesses being able to relocate, there are more desirable areas that are offering incentives in, call them sunshine states, Southwest Texas, Southeast, Florida. You got a lot of places that have great weather. You're in, and great quality of life, and people are able to move their businesses to these areas where they're giving incentives for them to move. So it's hard to combat that.
Yeah, and just to quote, I mean, we're not making this up. I mean, one of the tenants that moved out of that landmark building in Portland literally said, to point to why they moved was vagrants sleeping in hallways, that they were starting fires in stairwells, smoking fentanyl, and defecating in common areas. And apparently they decided they prefer not having that um, in places they're doing business. And there's quite a few US cities where it's not as much of an issue. So hopefully, we're kind of laughing about this a little bit because what else do you do with it to a degree? But it really, for even for the benefit of the people, including those vagrants. Hopefully, Portland can come up with a policy that works better than what they're doing because it's not only not working for the tenants, it's not working for the landlords, but it really doesn't seem to be working for the people it's designed to help. Because they're certainly not having any decent kind of quality of life. So hopefully
Right.
Portland will reverse things. But I think that the good news here is that office in general has come back pretty nicely, and that Portland's the exception.
Well, there you go.
Okay, thanks for the insights. Let us know in the comments how to fix Portland or any other thoughts you may have. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't, and visit our website, selectfincap.com. Register for our free newsletter and to get a look at exclusive commercial real estate investment opportunities from selectfincap.com. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Steve.